Good morning students, welcome to our today's online session. I hope all are fine. Last class we were discussing about Richard Albright, who became a scientist in molecular biology. We were discussing about his childhood hobbies and habits. We discussed up to his 7th grade when he participated in county science fair. Today we will discuss the rest of the chapter from his 8th grade to till he wrote that article in the science journal. So now look at your textbook and listen carefully.
Richard Albright, in his 8th grade project, he tried to find out something like a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars. He tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetle. He didn't get much results about that, but he exhibited it as a real experiment in his next county science fair. And in the next year, his theory was about some viceroy butterflies which copy monarch butterflies. The viceroy butterfly and the monarch butterfly looks alike, and the theory behind it was like people believed that this viceroy butterfly tries to copy monarch butterfly because birds doesn't like to eat monarch butterfly. So in this way viceroy butterfly can escape from these birds. So he was trying to do some research with that also. He wanted to prove that a bird, starling, would not eat bird food, and that bird does like to eat this monarch butterfly. But he was not able to prove that theory also. And in his later years, in the second year in his high school, he was doing some research over some unknown insect hormone. The question he tried to answer was like there are 12 tiny gold spots on monarch pupa. So what is the purpose of those gold spots? And he was able to prove that those gold spots produces some hormone which is necessary for the butterflies, monarch butterflies, full development. And this project won first place in the county fair in that year, and he got an entry into the International Science and Engineering Fair. So that was his achievement in that year. As a high school junior, he continued with his experiments, and in that year he did something extra. He grew cells from a monarch butterfly's wing in a culture and showed that the cells will divide and develop into normal butterfly wings only if they are fed with that hormone which is produced by those 12 gold spots. So that was his project of that year, and it also got first place for the zoology at the international fair. So these were his achievements, and in the next summer, using the laboratory's instrument, sophisticated instrument, he was able to prove something else. He was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. The hormone which is produced by those 12 spots, gold spots in this butterfly's wing. He was able to identify that chemical structure. So these are his achievements before that. Before he published his article in the Science Journal. It was in the college at Harvard that he got the idea for a new theory on cell life. He and his roommate worked hard to make models to show how the cells read the DNA blueprint, and wrote the paper explaining the theory in the Science Journal, which we discussed in the beginning of the chapter. The journal's name is Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, which was considered as his real achievement in the field of science. He was not only a curious science student, but also was a very good debater, canoeist, and photographer, and was interested in many outdoor activities. His strong performance in debating and model United Nations was guided by his social studies teacher in school. He had a highly competitive nature which drove him to work hard, and that is what makes a good scientist. A first-rate mind, curiosity, and the will to win for the right reasons made him a good scientist. So, from the time the book The Travel of Monarch X opened the world of science to him, Richard A. Bright has never lost his scientific curiosity. So, this is what is told in our chapter. It is all about Richard A. Bright, who from his kindergarten days itself was interested in collecting things, and how his curiosity in science and scientific inventions helped him to find out many things and to write in such a good journal. Now read the text thoroughly. When you are reading the textbook, keep a pencil or pen with you and underline each and every incident mentioned in the chapter. So this article is an account of a curious child channelizing his curiosity to become a scientist. So we can discuss the next chapter in our next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.